Today we are back with our Studying the Pro series, where we break down gameplay from some of the best Warzone players out there. Now, today's video is a little bit different than I usually do. Instead of breaking down a whole entire gameplay, we're going to be taking a look at some insane pro clips. Let's quickly talk about format. Format's really easy. I'm going to play the whole entire clip for you, then we'll go ahead and break it down, really highlighting a few key things I want you to take away from it. Let's go ahead and start off here with a nasty 1v4 from Almond.
Are you chilling or?
Not yet. There's a team above me right now, and I don't have my loadie yet.
What did you say?
On me, hold up.
Enemy.
No.
Moving here.
Off me. Come on.
So right there, you see why Almond is one of the best Warzone players. And by the way, all of the pro players today, their Twitch and YouTube links are going to be down in the pinned comment. I would encourage you to go check them out at some point. You can learn a lot simply from watching these guys play. But starting off right here, this is where I started the clip for you, although I do want to go back and give you some context. These guys are playing in a 2v2 tournament right here. So it's Almond and Pretty Princess versus the other two guys who can get the most amount of kills possible. So Almond wants to get his loadout and get back into the action as soon as possible. Unfortunately, there's a guy that is sitting right there. I think he might have said that his loot was there as well, which is unfortunate that he can't land back down. But that kind of leads me to tip number one for you. If you are trying to regain and can't land on your stuff or can't land on the free loadout, don't be afraid to land close by and then rotate over. Generally, you can get your gun and kind of fight your way over. Now, unfortunately for Almond, he catches this guy on top of the rooftop right here. This is how he knows that there is a team around here. So he knows he has to fight at this point. Gonna quickly try to find a gun. Just one thing I do want to notice that he keeps the X12 starter pistol, guys. That is absolutely broken. It's really viable. I mean, I'm not saying it's viable like a loadout gun, but you can fight with it if you need to. Now he grabs the Lockman. Now he's ready to fight. Notice the difference between Warzone 1 and Warzone 2. Warzone 1, he's on these guys. Slide canceling, jump peeking corners. He's challenging these guys very quickly. But the margin for error in Warzone 2 is very small. So he has to play slow. He has to play positioning here and just kind of wait for these guys to make a move a little bit. If they force stack him, there's nothing he can do. But he's going to wait and just try to see what he can finally do. Now, he finally gets a guy to peek. He plays the reach out. Notice he's playing this reach out right here to not get caught in attack sprint, which I want you to keep that in mind, right? Playing the reach out, not getting caught in attack sprint. I also want to highlight his centering. Look at where his centering is. Right here, he's already centered where he thinks this guy's going to be. Look how early it happens, and that allows him to make a small little adjustment and be able to easily get that knock. So when you see it full speed, you know, he tags, plays the reach out, centering around the corner, which is something I really want you to work on. He's able to get that knock. He thirsts with the starter pistol. Now he's able to grab the 3-plate vest, and now he at least has a chance. You know, he's got a Lockman AR. He's got a Vaznev sub. He's got a 3-plate vest. He notices the one right here. Once again, slows it down, right? Slow down, just using a little bit of audio. These guys don't hear where he is, but he can hear them stomping around. So he's going to go to reload. Unfortunate scenario right there. Just tried to reload a little bit before cover. Didn't hear that guy pushing right behind. And now he's in a tough spot. This is one of the smartest plays that I have ever seen in Warzone 1 or Warzone 2. Live pings are a huge advantage. How many of you... I don't make this play. No, you don't make this play. He live pings this guy to get a sense of what this player is doing. Remember how I told you playing the reach out and not getting caught in attack sprint? Look at what he does to this guy. He knows he's pushing. That guy gets caught in attack sprint. There's nothing that guy can do because of the TTK. Now he gets the thirst, immediately starts worrying about the next enemy right here. He's going to plate. And by the way, he caught a quick glimpse of this guy right about here as he goes to reach out. He sees him pushing. You catch a really, really quick glimpse of this guy right about there. right there. So he knows the next enemy is pushing right here. And he's not just sitting here. He's looking around trying to scan to see what's around him. He knows he has to get to cover. Now, I think he would have been okay to... He tries to plate. I think he would have been okay to challenge right there. And this is where this whole thing gets dicey. I mean, the one thing to learn from this is just keeping cover between you and your enemy. So he hears him pushing. He's going to keep this crate and try to give him time to plate. Now, he hears another one. And this is where this just gets chaotic. He's able to get that down, right? That's like a whole nother level of play. I don't even know if I have a tip for you right there, besides like playing your cover and hitting high damage areas. But this is the one I want you to focus on. Watch the hip fire before the ADS. I always talk about that. We thirst that player so that, of course, he can not worry about the self-revive. This is the one that I always talk about to you. When you are in close quarters fighting outnumbered, that first shot, or even fighting in a 1v1 low plates, you know, that first shot is crucial to your success. So watch how much damage he's able to do here. He has not taken any damage yet. There he starts, but he's already broken that guy. So when we look at Almond's health, you know, your base health is going to be 100, so Almond's down to probably 50 or 60-ish, but this guy's down to 100, so all of a sudden he's at least given himself a chance, and now he can jump peek this corner once again, doesn't even really worry about ADSing until the end. He's able to get that down. So watch how this plays out full speed, this second part, or this last part right here. Hip fire, then he challenges, he hip fires, he's able to get that knock, and that's just an absolutely insane play. So let's go ahead and jump into clip number 2 here. Second clip here is a short 1v3 situation from Frozone. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Oh, he right here. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh! So right here, we see a nasty clip from Frozone, who's easily one of the best mouse and keyboard players out there. And there's a few things that I want to highlight in this clip. You know, first is he does kind of put himself in a situation that he has to bail himself out of. We want to try to avoid these situations as much as possible. And there's kind of two things that happen that put him in a bad spot. Number one is going to be his positioning, right? Caught on an island, no cover to his back, a little bit out in the open here. He does have a little bit of cover, but it's not really a good spot to be in. And second, the bigger one here is his floor loot gun, guys. Trying to challenge here with the MX9, 32 round mag, so it's not big, slow TTK. And what that means is he's not able to get this first player down, and that's kind of what puts him in a bad spot. Now, he ends up getting challenged right here. Like I said in the first clip, X12, you know, really good starter pistol. You can absolutely get downs and thirst with that. He gets the down, pretty low health. Now he notices the next enemy, right? So now he's got one enemy straight ahead, he's got one enemy down, and he's got one enemy over to his left that was broken. This is where we talk about outplay. Two things when it comes to outplaying. First is going to be your dolphin dive, right? Being able to dolphin dive, it makes you a harder target to hit, allows you to jump behind cover. It sort of replaces the slide cancel in that sense. I'm not saying slide canceling is back. I'm saying dolphin diving is an important movement when it comes to outplaying. The second is challenging based on positioning. Knowing that we can't really outplay, we're going to have scenarios, and we saw this with Almond as well, where we have no choice but to challenge, and we want to challenge based on positioning. So right here, he's got his positioning. Look at his centering right here, tracking enemies well. He sees the guy peek the corner. But right in this scenario, he's a very hard target to hit because of the head glitch. You can see his whole entire body. They can only see the top of your head, and they have to execute perfectly. So he's able to get that down. He's able to get that down right there as well, and there's the wipe. So guys, just an absolutely insane play. We see him kind of put himself in a tough spot, and we'll just go ahead and watch it back here real quick because it's super, super short. The dolphin dive is what gives him an opportunity here. That is the outplay. He's still got to execute, still got to have the confidence to challenge here and know you can fight your way out of that. But if he doesn't dolphin dive behind cover right here, he doesn't even have a chance to make this play. So let's go ahead and jump into clip number 3 here. So next up here, we got a clip from JoeWo, and the ending of this clip is really what I want to talk about. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Stopping on the top right.
Strike on the way. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Is there a ladder somewhere?
Should be one more. Nice, good work. Should I win on that loadie that had people over on the far left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, TikTok.
How many?
Oh, just that last guy. You're terrible, brother.
So what I really want to highlight in this clip is the positioning and the cover that he has and how that allows him to escape out of this scenario. Now, right here, he's got UAV popped. We, of course, can talk about this situation from a fighting outnumbered perspective. Notice the patience, notice the positioning and the repositioning throughout the fight. Right here, his teammate, once again, by the way, guys, this is a 2v2. A lot of these are these 2v2 tournaments where they are having to split a little bit more, fight outnumbered a little bit more, and are just focused on getting kills, which is why he's trying to work this buy to get his teammate back. Now he notices the buyback right there. He's mounted up, and then he decides to start to push over a little bit. Yes, there is an execution component to this. That is what makes these players so good. We see that with the shots right there. He's able to get that knock, then able to get that thirst. Now, he knows that the two other guys are pretty close together, so he's going to work his way around here. Notice when we talk about positioning, cover first, then we focus on that high ground and getting that advantage of being able to shoot down on people and look down, which he has cover right here. You know, he doesn't have high ground because that guy's above him. Now they're kind of on the same level. His shots right there, his shots right there. He's able to get that thirst. He's able to get that thirst. So he knows that there's one more enemy, just not 100% sure where. Now, in this 2v2, right, as long as Breadman, his teammate, is alive, they still have a chance. So his focus is getting to this buy station more than anything. But when we talk about positioning and finding information, he plays this top area right here on top of this oil rig so that he can look down and just kind of scan and see if he sees any movement about another team or another player. And when he goes down right here, this is what I want to focus on, because whether it's you in this scenario or you're the guy that actually shot him, when you have the high ground, you become very difficult to thirst without a precision airstrike. Self-revives are very quick in this game. I'm not actually sure if they're quicker than Warzone 1 or not, but they are what feel like pretty quick. And it forces your enemy or yourself to go up the ladder and then challenge. That's what gives him a chance. He throws the throwing knife. He's playing his cover, right? Using whatever he can to give himself a chance here. Uses the throwing knife to break. Now he's just got to hit shots. And that's just one of those where, as we see this again in full speed, I pull this back. Because he has time to self-revive, he at least gives himself a chance. He could even, if this takes half a second longer, he could jump down off the oil rig and try to start dolphin diving and get away. So let's go ahead and jump into clip number 4 here, which is a clip from Rated.
1-1
Oh, they're close. Yeah. Oh, bro, they got you.
Bounty target identified. You are clear to engage.
Where are you pushing them? I got him in pushing.
Oh my god.
To play up there.
Loadout drop headed your way.
I have your life things
Just dead, bro.
for now. No one pushing in. Played up. I have your life things.
Primary
On the right,
objective
here.
complete. All targets eliminated.
The other one's going roof.
There's only 2 doors.
Yeah.
I don't think you can shoot you from the roof though yet.
Yeah, you can.
Effective fire!
You're losing round. The
Bring
gas
it
is
here.
shifting. Expect a split.
Oh my god, Reese.
So once again, just another insane clip. And by the way, for context, shocker, another 2v2 tournament. The reason that we're seeing that common theme is they're constantly fighting outnumbered. They're constantly having to make plays. And these plays do happen where they have to clutch up. And in this one right here, there's a lot that I want to pay attention to. Starting off here with the UAV, they pop the UAV. They notice that this team is very close. Now let's break down this UAV right here. On his level, right? Because no arrows. This guy's down below, clearly pushing out of the water. He's just not out of the water yet on their level. So he's close by. And then this one over here. Now, this guy could be flying in. He could be flying over from this building right here. We're not 100% sure. So we don't know what this guy's doing right here. We do know that there are 3 quickly pushing us. Now, he gets off to a pretty tough start. They both do, right? They both get absolutely smoked. They hold the angles. And right here, I want to pause for a second. Xenon goes down. Now, I want to break down this clip and focus not only on what Rated does, but what Xenon does as well. There's a lot that we can learn about being a good teammate and helping our teammates clutch these situations by what Xenon does. His only goal here is to help Rated as much as possible. So Rated knows that that guy's not pushing, but as soon as Xenon gives him the live ping, Rated stops plating, challenges with the Fennec, hits all headshots, and takes that guy out. So notice that he takes that guy out of the fight. That guy cannot live ping Rated. He cannot calm where Rated is. He can't calm anything. He is dead. Xenon can still do that. So that's where thirsting your enemies, not overselling for the thirst, but thirsting your enemies can be a huge, huge difference. He's going to go in and play it up. Once again, Xenon says, hey, you've got one pushing. He gets the live ping. Now, the one thing that I want to highlight here, guys, is the dolphin dive, right? So when you dolphin dive, we talked about this in the Frozone clip. You can use dolphin diving to outplay enemies. You should not be using dolphin diving to try to, like, jump peek a corner because the ADS time after and the time to shoot is so slow. And you see that here. That's the only reason Rated wins this fight. If this guy jump peeks this corner, Rated's probably dead. But he dolphin dives. That guy literally cannot shoot until he's already down. So now, once again, can't quite get him out of the fight yet. And they still do have the UAV, by the way. Notice right here, you've got one, that guy's down, this guy on the backside, and you've still got one over here somewhere. But I don't think Rated in this moment, to be honest with you, is too focused on that UAV. He is focusing on what is happening in front of him. Is he seeing people peek doors? What is going on around him? As opposed to confirming stuff on the UE. Can't quite get that thirst yet. Notice Xenon's trying to live ping as much as possible. He hears audio of the guy pushing up the ladder and takes that guy out of the fight. That guy is probably live pinging Rated. So let's remove him from the fight while we can. Now we know we're down to a 1v2 scenario right here because Xenon's still down. Also, not rushing to revive right here. By the way, I mean, look at the centering right here as we turn this corner, but not rushing to revive. Xenon's been down for a while now, still has half of his health left. This is where I always tell you guys, and if you're that teammate that yells at your teammates to revive me, stop. Just do your job. Live ping, communicate what you can, and they will revive you when it is safe. Notice as he jump peeks the corner, and Xenon was live pinging that guy, which is why his centering is so perfect, and he's not quite able to get that down, but he is able to get the break. Now he's going to play it up. Once again, Xenon's still helping him out here. Hey, because keep in mind, guys, Xenon, if you were to pull back to here, I want to check one thing on this side. Okay, so this side is open right now, right? So this doorway is open, but Xenon right now can see if he gets shot, he knows there's one here. He knows and has eyes on that door, and he has eyes on the door to his left. So you can see how he puts himself in a spot to give as much information to Rated as possible. Jump peeks the corner right there, down in thirst. Now he's got the last one. Look at the shoulder to the repeak. He's already committed at this point to repeak. Now he's got to hit shots, guys. That's just another level of execution. But you could also, by the way, after you get this thirst and this guy's kind of pushing, I think you could easily, if you wanted to, push back behind this building, replay, and then re-engage. The only downside to that is that Xenon at that point is dead. So right here, he's able to clutch up. And by the way, just to cap this video off, still plenty of time here to revive his teammates. So let's go ahead and jump into the last clip here. One of my best clutches that I've ever had.
Hostile airstrike near your location.
So to wrap up today's video, you know we got to break down one of my clips. And this right here is probably one of my best endgame clutches that I've had, especially when it comes to my decision-making, my positioning, when I rotate. Just a really clean clutch that I had. Starting off right here, playing some mini royale trios. I'm playing solo trios right here. We've got 4 other teams and 8 other players. Notice that there are going to be 3 people on top of this building. We catch a quick glimpse of that third enemy. I'm able to get one down, but I don't have a precision or a mortar or anything to get that thirst right there. Now, final circle right here. So circle is going to just start closing, and when we look at this, you kind of assume that it's going to finish somewhere right in here. And as I always say, if you've been subscribed to me, you know that I've talked about this. In circle with cover, then power position. So in circle with cover, then I focus on my high ground. Now I catch one enemy right here, so I'm just trying to see if he's going to push towards me, if he's not going to push towards me, what play is he going to make. And I do want to break down kind of that in circle with cover, then power position a little bit more here in a second. But as I push around, I'm able to get this knock, and then I go, let me go ahead and grab rooftop. I'm looking for a rooftop. It's a risky play, but it's probably also the only way I'm going to win this, especially fighting by myself. And you saw that in the clip where it gives me a huge advantage. Here's some footsteps, so I'm ready to challenge here. Biggest thing to highlight right here is not assuming it's just one player. As soon as I get that thirst, I quick reload, I actually cancel it, and I quick check to see, is anybody else here? We're able to grab that durable gas mask, which is really going to help me out. And now we hear a bunch of shooting down below. You know, at this point, it's 3 other teams, 6 other people. Not sure what the dynamic is. Could be a team of 3, could be a lot of duos. I'm not 100% sure, but got to be prepared for either one. And this just kind of keeps closing my direction. You know, I know that I'm in a good spot until I get precision. So I have to jump across, but I do want to keep this high ground right here. But cover is the most important thing. That is what allows me to make this play right here when I'm trying to push up top. And I just keep kind of playing high ground. This allows me to shoot down on people. There's not really anywhere that they can go. I'm able to get the down and thirst. As I look to the right here, I hear more shooting. We're able to get that down and thirst right there. But because I have this high ground and cover, or cover and high ground, I have no worries about replating here. I also have a durable and a self-revive. So even if I go down right here, I'm okay to self-revive. Whereas if I didn't have any cover, I can't make these plays. Like, I'm just getting smoked. So that's where cover is the most important thing. We played up. We get hit with a nade right about here in a second. I think it's right. This guy throws a really good nade. Yeah, right there. So once again, no concern. I've got durable gas mask. I can easily play it up. I am keeping track in this moment of how many players are left. So are the other 2 teams fighting? It's a 1v2v1. That's very clear at this point. And I'm gonna play my durable here and stick to my high ground. We get a Semtex down. Now I didn't realize it was a 1v2 right here, but we're able to get thirst number 1. Now I do realize it's a 1v1 and it's the last player, but notice that I'm still not challenging here. I'm still just kind of playing my high ground, and that is the only advantage that I need in order to win this. We're gonna go ahead. That guy ends up going down to gas right there, and we're able to get that clutch right there. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, guys, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.